So, as some of you may know, I was born in Texas, lived there for 4 years, and then I moved to Boston for 10 years. And then in 10th grade, I moved to Canada to finish my last 3 years of high school. So, naturally, in 12th grade, I applied to both American and Canadian universities. Yeah, no, it didn't go that well. So, here's all the Canadian schools I applied to, just UBC and Waterloo. I got into both. And here's all the American schools I applied to. Here's the ones I got waitlisted for. And here's the schools I actually got accepted into. I know it's a little early, but I thought that this April Fool's Day, I'd be pranking myself by looking at my Cornell decision letter. So yeah, let's do it. Alright, let's do this. I got myself so good. Yeah, so I took a lot of L's last year, but that's okay, because I learned a lot from that, and I'm going to tell you what you can do to not be me. I'm not just coping. And as always, this is all just from my own personal experience, but you know, if you disagree with me, then you're wrong. Your opinion's pretty valid. So yeah, take all this with a grain of salt. And honestly, even if you don't get into your dream school, it's not that big of a deal. Take it from me. Alright, let's just get into it then. So when I was applying to Canadian universities, I didn't really have a good benchmark of the admission rates because it didn't really show up anywhere, whereas with American unis, it's just right on the Google page. So I guess one good thing about my admission results was that it made it really easy to compare US and Canadian admissions. I swear I'm not coping. So I ended up thinking that the Waterloo admission rate was like 40% when it was actually closer to 10. So yeah, maybe I'm just stupid. But anyways, here's my stats. So I had around a 94 to 95 average from grade 10 to grade 12. I took the SAT once, I got a 1530. I only took 2 APs, Calc and Comp Sci. I think my biggest academic achievement though was being able to take CS courses at a local university. I was able to take an intro course to CS at SFU, which I think was pretty nice. As for ECs, I was honestly just pretty average. I didn't have any contests or awards, but I did volunteer as a youth leader at my church. I mentored and taught 3 boys. I was also part of the math team in grade 10. We went to provincials. I don't think we won though. I also ran track. I did karate and Krav Maga, and I also played drums for around like 8 years. That's pretty much it. So not much to show there. So what did I learn from my admission experience and also from all my friends and stuff like that? Well, first of all, Canadian schools are a lot easier to get into. That's basically the entire moral of this video. But also, like, grades matter a lot more in Canada. In the US, obviously grades still matter, but it's all very well balanced between your grades, your ECs, and your essays, right? Whereas in Canada, like, your average is the main thing. That's the thing that's gonna get you in. Obviously, ECs still matter, but it's definitely not as important. Also, like, American unis are just hard for Canadians in general. I don't think it's because they're racist or anything. I hope not, but it's just that there's not as much opportunity for Canadians with things like SATs, with things like APs, just things that matter in America, because college culture is just really different in Canada. So it's easier for Americans to get into Canadian schools and vice versa. Like, I have a classmate who literally builds rockets for fun, and this guy didn't get into anywhere. So like, it's possible, but it's just hard, man. Alright, but enough complaining. I watched an uncanny amount of college videos when I was applying, so here's some of the things that I think would have been most helpful to me when I was applying for any school. First off, have measurable achievements. Like, you're gonna want some sort of evidence to back up what you're saying. You remember like in 3rd grade when they were always teaching about show, don't tell? Yeah, do that. Obviously it could be things like awards and competitions, but it doesn't have to be. Just something to back up what you're saying. Like, personally, I play drums, and I think I'm pretty good at drums, but there's really no like big band or big contests for drums that you can do, unless you play jazz, but like, so yeah, the best I could do was like just link one of my recordings, and that's it. Definitely make sure you have actual evidence, instead of just saying things and praying they believe you. Also, try to have your overall profile be focused more in on a specific area. Like, for example, if you want to study CS, then have your ECs and courses align with CS. I personally didn't really have any alignment. I was more just kind of all over the place, which is not good. Don't do that. And you're gonna especially want some for leadership and initiative. I think leadership is one of the things that's at the top of pretty much every school. So obviously this could be things like being the president of a club or other things like that, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be things like organizing a bottle clinic, or really just anything you plan on your own. And finally, don't undersell yourself. Like, obviously don't make it sound like you're flexing or anything, but just make sure that you provide enough detail so that they know what you're talking about. And just make sure you're bringing forward like the best version of yourself that you can. That sounded really corny, but you get it. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this video. It didn't really have any structure. I was just kind of ranting for 5 to 10 minutes. But yeah, this was just the one-off obligatory college app video. So hope you enjoyed. See ya.